Hello and welcome to this e-learning module. Here we offer an introduction to Fusion. I'm Caroline and I will guide you through this entire training. We'll work with a segment of the Lego chain you saw at the Autodesk stand during the WorldSkills event, and we will explore several approaches to learn Fusion. Firstly, you will create a section of a Lego brick with different holes and learn about sketches, how to create and modify, parameterize and dimension them. You will also learn to turn this sketch into a 3D model, thus creating the piece to a final Lego brick. And of course, you'll apply the correct color to match the assembly you're aiming for and the color code you want to apply. Next, you will parameterize this brick. Since Lego bricks come in various sizes that are very similar, you will use a configuration table to understand parameterization and brick configuration across different sizes, allowing you to choose the size you need for your assembly. Speaking of assembly, you will take a subpart of this Lego chain and create a complete assembly, positioning the pieces related to each other, selecting faces correctly, and determining the right movements. This will allow you to build and animate the assembly, simulating how the parts function together, such as the rotation of a gear wheel. After that, you'll create an animation for the assembly to demonstrate how to assemble the pieces. This will help anyone who interacts with your design to understand the assembly process and how to assemble the parts correctly. Finally, you will work on creating a render to showcase your project, focusing on the background, material types, color organization, and texture. You will also work on arranging lighting to highlight the shapes of your parts, the colors, brightness, shadows, and all elements that contribute to the final render you see here now. There are 5 parts to this training: creating a Lego brick, parameterizing the brick for different sizes, creating an assembly for your Lego build, animating to show how to assemble the Lego, and finally, rendering to promote your creation. I will now give you a brief introduction to Fusion to better understand the arrangement logic of the software. Before diving in, know that Fusion is available for free if used for personal use. To get it, go to the Autodesk website and select License for personal use. Then follow the steps to create an Autodesk account and download Fusion. Afterward, you can use it at no cost. Fusion's layout is as follows. You have a design workspace, and first you will see Show Data Panel. This data panel, when clicked, is where you will save all your files. Once in the design software, you will have several elements. You will have design solutions as well as rendering, animation, drawing, and manufacturing solutions. All of these are accessible through this menu. In the design menu, you will find several tabs: solid, surface, mesh, and so on. Make sure to click on these tabs, each with a distinct color code for its functions. We will focus on the solid part, marked in blue. The logic of Fusion is always left to right. You start by creating a 2D sketch, then turn it into a 3D model, modify it, and then assemble it with other created volumes. So the menu at the top follows this logical left to right progression. If a shortcut is not visible, expand the menu to see all associated functions. The same applies to modify and other sections. On the left, you have the browser that represents all the elements in your design. Below, you have the design history, which tracks the creation timeline of each function and allows you to go back if needed. Finally, there is a menu to manage your view of the design. You can click on the hand icon to move or the orbit icon to rotate the view. You can also choose to show or hide certain elements in the environment, such as the appearance of your design. Lastly, at the top right, there is a small cube representing the views of your design. You can click on the faces to see the view from that angle, or use the arrows to rotate the view of your design. You can also click and hold or rotate the view with the orbit tool. That concludes the introduction to Fusion. Remember, for some exercises, download links for the parts will be provided in the video comments. Feel free to use them. I wish you a great training experience.